Well, good Saturday morning, everybody. It is December 12th, 12/12 already. Wow. Moving right along, and the end of this year is looming large ahead of us, as they say. So we are continuing working our way through the 14th chapter of Luke's Gospel. We're continuing to work our way through this dinner party, isn't it? And we have this dinner party that Jesus has been invited to. And one would have to suspect at this point in the event that his host is wondering, why did I invite this guy again? Come, somebody remind me. What was the purpose? Seems like all he's doing is getting after us. So, which sometimes we can feel that way when we invite Jesus into our lives. He starts pointing out the things that, hey, just a minute now. He's telling us what we did right, but he's also telling us these things and this and this. And so we, you know, sometimes feel like this host of this dinner party. But here today, well, first of all, on Thursday he was on the way there and he healed the person with dropsy. Remember, and then when he got there, he told them all about being modest and not letting your ego get in your way. Humility was the name of the game for yesterday's devotion, and today maybe it's greed. I don't know what we want to call it, but we have also humility as a way, is also service, perhaps is the best way, and caring are good words to describe the message for today. So today we are going to look at just three little verses, verse 12, 13, and 14. So 12 through 14 in the 14th chapter of Luke's Gospel is what we're going to take today. And as I said, we're continuing through this dialogue at this on the way to, and when they get to this dinner, this meal at this Pharisee's house. So he said also to the one who invited him, when you give a luncheon or a dinner, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or rich neighbors, in case they may invite you in return, and you would be repaid. When you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous. So one has to wonder, did Jesus look around and see the rich and the powerful of the area? Those with influence all lined up there at this dinner party that he's been invited to. So obviously the leader is invited people that he wanted to curry favor with, people that he had something to gain from, perhaps. Which makes one wonder, why did he invite Jesus? Was he inviting Jesus to learn? Was he being? We want to assign some good aspects to it. As I said the other day, we don't always want to malign the poor Pharisees. It's very possible he invited Jesus there to teach them. So they wanted. He was trying to gain something from Jesus, knowledge, right, insight, inspiration. Um, but Jesus is saying that that when you live your life, it's not just about dinner parties. Okay, first of all, get that out of your head. It's not just about dinner parties. It's about your life. Invite those into your life that can't possibly repay you. Invite those into your life that you can help, not necessarily those that can help you. It's not about only looking towards, there's a lot of people out there, unfortunately, it's sad to say, that their whole thing is about how can I, these connections that I have, and networking was a big thing. I'm not sure, not been in the business world so much, but networking was a big thing, especially in the late 90s. And so it's all the contacts, and how can I leverage this contact to gain some advantage, usually in the business world. And this is not what it's about. This is about doing something for someone that can do nothing for you, someone that has no ability to repay you. And this is about Jesus. Jesus has come into this world to do for us. And what can we do for Jesus? There's really nothing that we can give to Jesus other than our love that he doesn't already have. So it's about helping God's children, but God loves his children, and he wants his children to love one another. And one of the things that we need to remember when we get to this, and he talks about the repaying at the resurrection of the righteous. So that's that's end times talking. And again, we're in Advent, and so we're not only looking towards the coming of Christ, but we're looking at the second coming as well. So let's take a peek at Matthew's, or cheat and go to a different gospel. Look at Matthew's 25:31 to 36 and use that in contemplation for what we're reading here in Luke. The Judgment of the Nations is the title of this. When the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate people one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he will put the sheep at his right hand and the goats at his left. Then the king will say to those at his right hand, Come, you that are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me. Okay. When we do something for the least of these, we are helping Christ. That is what's going on here. And it is something that we're not works-oriented, but guess what? Both those verses talk about that our efforts are going to be recognized and the time of judgment. So there is that. There's that as well, as they say. So let's try to remember that when we're out there living our lives, it's not about what the people can do for us. It's about what we can do for that person, for God. All right? Have a very blessed day. Come see us tomorrow, 10 o'clock, worship. We will be in the sanctuary worshiping, so if you're in Lake City and you want to come to live worship, we do ask that you wear masks in the sanctuary. We're still doing that. Hopefully the numbers in Calhoun County are coming down quickly enough. They've been dropping for many, many days now. And so we are, I think it was 260 yesterday for the active infections in the county. But remember to pray, as one person, as Laura Holland pointed out to me, Clausen pointed out to me, that we do want to pray for those that are still recovering, because some people do have some very lingering effects from this, and some are quite severe. So we want to pray for those folks, even though they've gotten over the COVID. They're dealing with some lung scarring and some things like that. So pray for those folks. But anyway, hopefully I will see you either here online for the live stream of the worship service or in the sanctuary. So have a very blessed day. Be careful out there on the snow and ice, but be a blessing to someone today. Bless someone that can't bless you back. By golly, that's what it's all about. All right. See you later. Bye-bye.